I told the managers to shut up. I was like, that's all I could say. I was like, shut up, because I couldn't believe it. I mean, I've heard of things like this happening to people, and to finally, like, happen to us, as much as we've been struggling this whole year.
Oh, another grateful victim of a layaway angel. That woman discovered someone paid off her family's layaway bill. Have you ever known anyone that this has happened to, or, someone who paid it forward and paid off someone else's layaway? Well, you do now. Meet Garrett Heberlin. He is with us to talk about what happened to his family this Christmas season. Garrett, we're so grateful to have you here. And I know you don't want me to make this all about you.
Thanks for having me.
But tell us your story. I mean, how did you had a couple of things. I'm going to say things because I don't want to give anything away to your kids.
Sure.
A couple of things on layaway yourself, right?
Sure. Yeah, we had a couple of things that Santa needed help with to put aside, and we actually put them on layaway because we needed a place for them to be stored.
Which is so clever, I think. I mean, that is really, really clever for most parents out there.
So we went in, we paid for half of it up front, probably 6 weeks ago. We said, put it on layaway, we'll come back. We'll give it to the last possible day that we needed to pick it up, and then we'll pay it off when we get there. So last Saturday, I was in New York, and my wife calls me up, and I didn't expect a phone call from her at that time, so I'm out in the city, and I get a phone call, and she says, hey, Walmart called me and said, we've got a person who has called and paid off our products for us. And I said, what do you mean? Well, some Good Samaritan called up and paid for those gifts. And I was pretty much blown away. She was almost in tears. She said, it's so cool. And then...
And basically you're saying you didn't necessarily need it paid off because you didn't have it on layaway because you couldn't pay for it at that time.
Not at all. Actually, we just needed a place where it's stored. So the fact that it was paid was really cool. But then I said, gosh, we didn't need this taken care of. There's probably somebody else that could have this taken care of more than us. So when I got back from New York, we talked about it last Sunday and said, let's go pick up our presents, and then we'll pay for a couple of more families' presents to be paid for on their layaway.
Okay, so when you went to Walmart and you told them, okay, we want to take care of a couple of families, what was their reaction?
They were like, we don't really know how to do this. We've never heard of it before, but it's pretty cool. And then they got on their computer, started going through randomly some of the people that had to have their layoff taken care of, who had not come in yet to pay for their toys. And we had one stipulation, my wife and I, we said, look, you've got to make sure that there are toys that need to be paid off on the layaway. So when we went in there, they looked up and down the list, and they randomly called a couple of people and told them that we were paying for their toys and their layaway.
Now, you were there when they were making those phone calls, right?
That's right.
So what was that like for you, and what was their reaction?
It was pretty cool because when they got them on the phone, the person on the other end was like, oh, my gosh, are you serious? It's unbelievable. They were just kind of excited. The girl had to pull the phone away from her ear. So it's kind of a neat thing.
Oh, my gosh.
But, we were pretty humble about it. We've been given a lot, and I've always believed, my wife and I believe that, if you're given a lot, you should really give back to folks, especially in this time.
You are telling us the ultimate idea of paying it forward. I mean, this is what it's all about. And you do it. You did it twofold. Somebody did it for you.
Right.
Now you're doing it for two other families.
Right.
And boy, bless your heart. That's awesome, Garrett. I know again you don't want the credit for it, but
I really don't. No.
We're hoping, right, that this might inspire somebody else because there's 2 days left.
Yeah, there's a couple of days left. Folks could go out. I mean, even if it's as little as going to pay off a little bit of toys for folks, or maybe buying a dinner for somebody at the grocery store. There's a lot that can be done, even at the micro level. We hear about people doing it all the time in the newspapers and obviously on the news. You don't see it at the ground level, but this is a chance where somebody could go out and do a little bit of something.
Well, congratulations for somebody inspiring you, and congratulations, too, that you most likely are inspiring somebody else, and you already have in your act. So thank you for being here and sharing with us.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate it. Definitely a lesson we need to take at heart, right? We need to really think about that. So thank you to Garrett and his family, and Merry Christmas to you,
Merry Christmas to you, too.
I hope that your kids like what Santa brought them.
I hope so.
I know what it is.